My name is Moses Upchurch. I'm a resident of Peachtree Corners. I'm a veteran of the Air Force myself, and I'm here today to talk about Moses Upchurch, my distant relative who served in the Continental Army from 1776 to 1778. And the records that we refer to determine the history of Moses came from the Pension Act that originally came in 1776, which was enacted for veterans that were wounded and not able to serve any longer. And then in 1832, the Pension Act included all veterans that served 6 months or longer during the American Revolution, which my relative Moses Upchurch qualified for. After the Pension Act of 1832 was passed, Moses went to apply for his pension, and pulling up the documents and things necessary was a little bit of a struggle for him because he was up in his late 70s at the time that he applied for the pension. The interesting thing about Moses was that he resided in Franklin County, North Carolina, and he enlisted in 1775 in a company called Light Horse. And it was commanded by Captain Jones, and he was mustered at Hunter's Old Tavern in the county of Franklin. From there, he marched to Dublin Old Courthouse and then to Fayetteville, and from there to Charleston. While there, they engaged in the Battle of Sullivan's Island. From there, they marched to Savannah. At Perrysburg, he was mustered into General Sumner's army, and from Savannah, they marched back to North Carolina, where they actively engaged in subduing the Tories, until his discharge at Halifax County Courthouse on the 28th of June, 1776. After having served a period of at least 14 and a half months, in 1778 he volunteered his service in a company of horse in the county of Wake, commanded by Captain Hunter, and served 2 months. His discharge was signed by Captain Hunter, and then that was the end of his military service. So I think honoring him in the way that they served back at that time is you would actually enlist and engage in a particular campaign, a war, or a particular battle that might occur, and then you would be discharged, go home and tend the family crops, do the spring planting, and then as soon as the war got underway, you told the wife, honey, you got to harvest the crops, I'm going off to fight the war. So I think that when we're honoring veterans, I think that honoring veterans that actually had to face the reality of battle and live through it, and that's what makes this country what it is today. We should not always judge the actions and the events of the past in the courtroom of the present.